Welcome back. In our previous session, we built a super cool feature, a recommendation engine that suggests movies to users based on their favorite categories. But let's pause a little bit for a second and try to think what happens if a user has preference but there are no movies in that category, or if we mistakenly try to access a user who doesn't exist in our data. That's where error handling becomes absolutely crucial. Error handling is how we make our program resilient and informative. Unlike some language that throws exceptions like Java, Python, Go does not have traditional try catch block. Instead, Go functions often return an extra value of type error. Let's try to update the recommend function to do that. And let's add first a second type or a second output type. And for that, we need parentheses. Let's here add the second output, which it will be null. It will be of type null. And let's add the use case where suggestion or the length of suggestion is equal to 0. We should return null and an error and for that we can use errors.new and we pass the message error. For example, we can have no matching movies found for user, and we can add the user.name. This way our recommend function is more robust and we send or we return error if the user cannot find the recommended movies. Let's try, and this in the main function we need to adjust it a little bit, and for that remember we can extract the errors or the output that we can have from a function, and let's try to check if the error is different than null. If it's the case, we should print it. Okay, and to simulate, let's try to execute again our program, and for now it gives us the recommended movies. Let's try to simulate a use case where we have a user that have like favorite categories drama, for example, and let's try to execute the function again or the program, and we got an error, no matching movies found for user Jack. This was the error message, and we didn't get any errors. We didn't get any movies actually, and this is the expected result from the recommend function. Now that we created the recommend function and we finish the implementation, we can move on to the next function in our project, which is print user detail. That's it for this lecture, and let's take a quick break and see you in the next one.